He never expected anything strange to happen that night. Rylan was an ordinary human engineer, born on a small mining outpost. Living a simple life, fixing broken machines, and arguing with stubborn robots. His days were slow. His nights were quiet. And his dreams were small. He liked it that way. Peace was rare in the galaxy. And he tried to protect whatever little peace he had. But everything changed the moment an alien woman touched him accidentally, softly. Like it meant nothing. Yet in that moment something deep inside him unlocked. Something he never knew he carried. Something powerful and ancient. And it all began with a misunderstanding. He had volunteered to help with repairs on the huge diplomatic vessel that had arrived at the station, a ship belonging to the Ashari. A mysterious alien race, known for their shimmering skin and natural energy abilities. Most humans had never seen one in person. Rumors said their touch could calm storms or start them. Some rumors claimed they could read emotions. Rylan didn't believe in those stories. To him, aliens were just people with different shapes and colors. He was tightening a power conduit when a soft voice behind him said, "Excuse me? Is this safe to stand near?" He turned around and almost dropped his tools. She was tall, elegant, glowing only slightly from natural bioluminescence. Not bright, not magical, just gentle, like moonlight on quiet water. Her eyes were silver, her hair floated softly like it had its own weightless grace. And her skin had faint lines like crystal veins. She looked fragile and strong at the same time. Rylan cleared his throat because for a moment he forgot how to talk. Yeah, it's safe. Just don't touch the panel." She nodded politely. "I am Lithara. I was told a human engineer could help us understand the energy fluctuations." "That's me, Rylan." He tried to sound confident, but his voice cracked slightly. She smiled. Not a big smile, just a small one that felt too warm for a cold metal hallway. "Your technology is unique," she said. "Simple, yet clever." Rylan shrugged. "We just try to make things work without blowing up." Lithara stepped closer to observe the panel. He was about to warn her again. But before he could speak, a light flickered from the conduit. There was a sharp spark, a tiny one, but she reacted faster than human eyes could track. She reached forward and pushed him aside, her palm brushing his wrist as she steadied him. It was supposed to be nothing, just a quick accidental touch. But the moment her skin touched his, the world seemed to stop. A warm pulse surged through him, soft but powerful, like someone lit a sun inside his chest. His breath caught. His eyes widened, and he felt something strange, something impossible, moving through his body like sleeping circuits, suddenly waking. The air around them shimmered for a second, and every tool on his belt vibrated faintly, as if reacting to him. He stumbled back. "What? What did you do?" Lithara stepped away too, shock spreading across her silver eyes. "I didn't do anything. I only touched weight." She lifted her hand slowly, like she was afraid to get too close again. "Your energy changed." Rylan stared at his hands. They looked normal, but he felt different. Like a deep hum inside him, a silent storm waiting behind his bones. He had never felt anything like it. "Changed?" he repeated. "I'm just human. Humans don't change." She shook her head gently. "Not normally. But I sensed something awakened. Something old." She paused, studying him carefully. "What exactly are you, Rylan?" "A repairman," he answered quickly. "That's it." She didn't believe that, not fully. He could see it in her eyes. The spark hadn't hurt him, but her touch had opened something. He tried to shake the feeling off, but the hum in his chest remained. Not painful, not frightening, just alive. Lithara moved a little closer, slowly, like approaching a wild animal that might run. "May I test something?" "No touching," he said nervously. She laughed softly. No touching. I promise. She waved her hand gently near his arm, close enough to sense his energy, but not close enough to brush him again. A faint light glowed between her fingers. Her expression shifted from calm to deeply confused. This is impossible, she whispered. Rylan forced himself to stay steady. What? Humans shouldn't have this, she said softly. But your energy field just grew. It's reacting to mine, like it recognizes me. Recognizes you? He repeated. She nodded slowly. As if it knows my kind. As if it has touched HFY energy before. 1. Rylan blinked. But I've never met your people. Yet your energy awakens like it remembers. Rylan didn't know what that meant. He didn't even know humans had an energy field in the first place. He was just a man who fixed pipes and repaired engines. He wasn't special. He wasn't chosen. He wasn't anything rare or powerful. Look, he said, lifting his hands carefully. Whatever happened, it was an accident. Right? But Lithara didn't answer. Her attention was locked on him. Her expression too serious for the moment to stay calm. Rylan, she said quietly. When I touched you, something inside you accepted it. Energy doesn't behave like that. Unless it is unlocking something already inside. He frowned. I don't want anything unlocked. Sometimes we don't choose, she replied softly. The hallway felt colder now. Not dangerous, just heavy. Like the world had shifted slightly and was waiting for him to step into the new shape it offered. He took a slow breath. Can it be reversed? Not easily, she said. Energy once awakened tends to grow. But we must be careful. Your body is human. If your energy develops too quickly, it could overwhelm you. Great, he muttered. That's comforting. She stepped back again, giving him space. Do you feel anything unusual? Pain? Heat? Pressure? I feel. He searched for the right words. Like a warm engine is running inside me. But softly. Like a quiet hum. Her eyes widened again. That is the first stage. You have awakened. Awakened what? She shook her head. I don't know yet. Rylan wasn't sure what scared him more, her not knowing, or her still staring at him like he was suddenly important. He wasn't used to that. People usually walked past him, never noticing. He wasn't a hero. Wells did. He wasn't gifted. He just did repairs because someone had to. Lithara surprised him again by speaking more gently. Do not be afraid. I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you. The strange thing was, he believed her. They walked down the corridor together, carefully keeping a bit of space between them. Every time she accidentally moved too close, the air around them tingled. It wasn't dangerous, just intense, like they were two magnets trying hard not to connect again. When they reached the main engineering bay, other humans looked at Rylan strangely. He couldn't blame them. He probably looked pale and nervous. Lithara spoke to the HFY council members waiting there, her voice urgent but calm. He couldn't hear what she told them. But they all looked at him at once, as if he had just become the center of the room, without even trying. He stepped back, uneasy. He didn't want attention. He didn't want to be special. He only wanted his quiet life back. But something in his chest pulsed again, a warm ripple like a heartbeat that didn't belong to his body. Lithara approached him softly. They want to examine you, only to understand what awakened. I don't want to be an experiment. You won't be, she said quickly. I will make sure of that. Somehow her promise made the fear loosen inside him. Why are you helping me? He asked quietly. Lithara's expression softened. Because this happened when I touched you. I feel responsible. And because, she paused, choosing her words carefully, I felt something too. A connection. Like our energies recognized each other. Rylan stared at her, confused. What does that mean? I don't know yet, she whispered. But we will find out together. For the first time in his life, he felt like his story was no longer simple. And maybe he wasn't as ordinary as he believed. In that moment, he understood something clearly. Nothing would be the same again after her touch. Something inside him was awake, and it wasn't going back to sleep. Rylan didn't sleep that night. He tried. He lay on his small bed in the crew quarters, listening to the quiet hum of the ventilation system and the distant echo of ship engines. But every time he closed his eyes, he felt that warm pulse inside him again. Soft, steady, and strange, like something alive was breathing through him. He turned on his side, then on his back, then sat up with a frustrated sigh. How was he supposed to sleep when he didn't even understand what he had become? He finally gave up and went to the viewing window at the end of the hallway. The stars looked peaceful. They didn't care about awakened energy or HFY powers or confused human engineers. They just shined, steady and perfect. Rylan leaned against the glass, hoping the cold would calm him. He heard soft footsteps behind him. Rylan, you couldn't sleep either. He turned and found Lithara standing there. Her silver eyes reflected the starlight, making her look almost unreal. But her voice was gentle and real enough. No, he admitted. Every time I try, it feels like something is buzzing inside me, like I'm plugged into a power source. She stepped closer, but kept a small, careful distance. That is normal for an awakened state. Your body is adjusting. Adjusting to what? He asked. I still don't understand any of this. You. Lithara folded her hands quietly. We will find answers today. The council has prepared a safe chamber. They want to see how your energy reacts without danger. That sounds like an experiment, Rylan muttered. It is not, she said softly. It is a test to protect you. If your energy grows too fast, they need to know how to calm it. He exhaled slowly. I wish this didn't happen. Maid. She looked at him for a long second, and her voice became softer. I know. But sometimes, the universe chooses people who never wanted to be chosen. Rylan didn't feel chosen. He felt like a broken tool that suddenly started glowing for no reason. But Lithara's calm presence made it a little easier. I'll go, he said finally, but only because I trust you. Lithara lowered her gaze slightly, almost touched. They walked together to the HFY research chamber deep inside the ship. The walls were smooth and pale blue, glowing softly. Rylan felt like he had walked into a world too perfect, too silent. A group of HFY elders stood waiting, their shimmering robes making them look like walking light. One of them, an older male with bright crystal lines across his skin, spoke gently. Human Rylan, we greet you. We wish to understand the awakening inside you. Rylan nodded nervously. Stand in the center, the elder said. The chamber floor had a circular platform. Rylan stepped onto it, feeling a faint vibration under his boots. Lithara stood behind a transparent barrier. Her eyes focused entirely on him. Don't worry, she whispered. I'm right here. That helped more than he expected. The elder raised his hand. A soft light surrounded the platform. We begin. At first, nothing changed. Then Rylan felt the hum inside him again. Quiet, warm, like something stretching after a long sleep. He took a slow breath. Good, the elder said calmly. Now focus on your breathing. Rylan tried. But as he inhaled deeply, the hum grew stronger. The lights in the chamber responded, flickering softly. The elder looked surprised. The live, instate, the live. His energy is resonating with the chamber, he said. Lithara pressed her hand against the barrier. Are you in pain, Rylan? No, he said. Just loud inside. The hum grew. Slowly, gently, The air began to warm. Light drifted around him like soft dust, swirling faintly. He didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't doing anything. His body was acting on its own. The elders watched with deep interest. "This is not normal," one whispered. "A human should not be able to generate this field on the first day." The elder asked, "Rylan, did you feel anything before the awakening? Any strange dreams, sensations, connections?" Rylan shook his head. "Nothing. I was normal." But Lithara suddenly spoke, her voice thoughtful. "He said he felt like something recognized me when I touched him." All eyes turned to her. The elder raised an eyebrow. "Do you feel a connection to him?" Lithara hesitated before answering. "Yes. Stronger than any energy reaction I have seen between two beings." Rylan felt his face heat. He didn't know if he should be embarrassed or scared. The elder looked at Rylan again. "Try to think of Lithara." "What?" he said. "Focus on her. Her energy awakened yours. Perhaps your reaction is tied to her." Rylan swallowed. He didn't know how to focus on someone's energy. But he closed his eyes anyway. He thought of the moment she touched him. Her hand warm on his wrist. The pulse that went through him. Her gentle voice. Her silver eyes. The hum inside him suddenly grew louder. The air around him brightened. A soft ripple of light burst outward, harmless but strong enough to make the elders step back. Lithara gasped softly. "Rylan." He opened his eyes. The chamber was glowing faintly. The platform under him pulsed like a heartbeat, but he felt calm. Too calm. "What just happened?" he asked. The elder stepped forward again. "You responded to her. Only her. Your energy listens to Lithara." Rylan blinked. "Why?" "We do not know," the elder said. "But this connection is rare. More rare than you can imagine. Many beings spend lifetimes searching for a bond like this." Rylan's heart thumped hard. He wasn't ready for something so big. Lithara looked torn between shock and something softer he couldn't understand. "Is it dangerous?" she asked. "For now, no," the elder said. "But if the bond deepens, their energies may link permanently." Rylan nearly choked. The elder nodded. "If two energies sync completely, they become partners in life. Their strengths and weaknesses merge. Their emotions can influence each other." Rylan stared at Lithara. She looked just as stunned. "I didn't choose this," he whispered. "Neither did she," the elder said kindly. "But destiny often ignores choice." Rylan suddenly felt exposed, like someone opened his entire soul in front of strangers. "I'm not ready for anything like that. I don't even understand what I am now." "Dawn." Lithara stepped closer to the barrier. "Rylan, breathe. It's only theory. Nothing is fixed yet." Her calm voice steadied him again, just like before. The elder tapped a glowing device. The lights softened. The swirling energy around Rylan faded slowly until the chamber returned to normal. "You may step down," the elder said. Rylan walked off the platform, legs shaky. He felt normal again, or as normal as he could feel now. Lithara met him halfway. Her expression filled with concern. "Are you all right?" "Not sure," he admitted. "But I'm glad you were here." Her eyes softened. "I told you I wouldn't leave you alone." The elders discussed quietly behind them. Rylan caught a few words. Rare bond. Unstable. Human anomaly. Lithara must guide him. He turned to her. "Guide me? What does that mean?" She took a gentle breath. "They believe I should help you control your energy." "Because of the bond thing?" "Because I'm the only one your energy responds to safely," she explained. Rylan didn't know how to feel. He didn't want to be a burden, but he also didn't want anyone else touching him and accidentally causing more chaos. "Okay," he said slowly. "If you're willing." "I am," she said softly, her voice steady. This happened because of me. I will help you understand it. He felt something warm again, not the hum, but something very human. Gratitude. They walked out of the chamber together. The halls were quiet as the ship drifted through space. Rylan felt tired, not in his body, but deep inside his thoughts. Lithara, he said quietly, do you think I'm dangerous? She stopped walking and turned to him. No. I think you're unknown. And unknown things can be confusing, not dangerous. But what if I hurt someone by accident? You won't, she said firmly. I will make sure of it. Her confidence pushed away a good portion of his fear. For someone who had known him less than a day, she believed in him more than he believed in himself. Tomorrow, she said gently, we begin lessons. Energy control. Understanding your bond. And discovering who you truly are now. Rylan nodded. Yeah, tomorrow. But even as he walked beside her, he knew one thing clearly. His old, quiet life was gone forever. Something inside him was growing, and the person he trusted most in the universe was the alien woman who started it all with a single touch. Rylan woke early the next morning, long before the ship's artificial lights brightened. He sat at the edge of his bed, his hands clasped together as he waited for the strange hum in his chest to settle. It wasn't loud anymore, just a soft presence, like a quiet heartbeat that wasn't fully his. He had accepted that something inside him had changed, but accepting didn't mean understanding. He felt like he was walking into a new world without any map. A soft chime sounded from his door. It's me. Lithara's gentle voice came from the hallway. Rylan opened the door. She stood there with her usual calm expression, though he noticed a faint worry behind her silver eyes. Her skin glowed softly as always, giving her that peaceful look he was slowly growing used to. Good morning, she said. Morning, he replied. You came early. I thought it would help if we start before the others wake. Fewer eyes. Fewer questions. She paused. I know how uncomfortable attention makes you. Rylan appreciated that more than he said aloud. Thanks. She gave a small nod, then motioned for him to follow. They walked through the quiet corridors of the ship. The crew was mostly asleep. The only sounds were the soft hum of machinery and the faint footsteps they made together. First lesson is simple, Lithara said as they reached an observation room. Understanding your energy. You cannot control something you fear. I don't fear it, Rylan said, though that was only partly true. You fear what it might do, she corrected gently. And that is normal. The observation room was peaceful, wide windows, open space, silence. She picked this place on purpose. Rylan felt his shoulders relax. What do I do? He asked. Sit, she said softly. Just breathe. Let your mind rest. Rylan sat cross-legged on a soft mat. Lithara sat across from him, keeping a respectful distance. Even so, he could feel a faint warmth in the air. Like her presence kept his energy steady. Close your eyes, she instructed. He did. Now focus on the hum inside you, she continued. Do not push it. Do not pull it. Just feel it. Rylan tried. The hum was there, slow and steady, but as soon as he focused, it responded, growing slightly, warming, like someone whispering back to him. It's moving, he said quietly. Not moving, she corrected. Responding. Your energy listens. To me? And to me, she added softly. Rylan swallowed. He didn't know why that made his heart beat faster. How do I keep it steady? Quote. Think of something calm, she said. Something safe. He thought of quiet nights on the mining outpost. He thought of the way stars looked against black space. He thought of simple things, half-finished machines, cups of warm tea, empty hallways. The hum softened. You're doing well, she said. He opened one eye. She was watching him, a soft smile on her face. Your energy is calmer when you're not thinking about fear, she said. Or about the council. Or about yesterday's test. I wasn't thinking about any of that, he said. I know, she replied gently. He didn't ask how she knew. Maybe she sensed more than she admitted. They continued for almost an hour. Breathing, calming, letting the hum settle. And slowly, Rylan began to understand the rhythm of it. It wasn't wild or dangerous. It was like a quiet engine. A part of him now. After some time, Lethara stood. We should try something new. A focus test. Rylan raised an eyebrow. What does that mean? She held out her hand close, but not touching him. I will send a tiny pulse of my energy. Not enough to harm you. Just enough for you to feel it. That sounds risky. It is safe, she promised. I would never hurt you. Those words settled his nerves. Okay, he said. Do it. Lethara closed her eyes. A soft silver glow appeared around her palm. Rylan felt the warm air shift slightly. The hum in his chest responded immediately, growing stronger like it had been waiting for this. The pulse reached him. He gasped softly. It wasn't painful. It wasn't even intense. It was just warm, like someone touching his heart directly. Now breathe, Lethara said gently. Do not resist. Do not chase it. Just feel. Rylan tried. The hum inside him grew, then slowed, then matched the rhythm of her pulse, like two heartbeats syncing. It was strange, but also peaceful, almost comforting. Good, she whispered. You are sinking. Is that a good thing? He asked, breath shaky. It means your energy trusts mine, she said, and that gives us control. She pulled her hand back slowly. The glow faded. You are progressing faster than I expected, she admitted. Is that good or bad? She hesitated. Both. You are strong, but quick growth can be unstable, if not guided carefully. Then don't leave me alone with it, he said quietly. Her eyes softened. I won't. They rested for a moment. Rylan sat on the floor, breathing slowly. Lethara watched him, studying his reactions, like she was searching for answers. Rylan, she said softly. May I ask something personal? Sure, he said. Why did you trust me so quickly? Most humans are cautious with my kind. He looked down at his hands. I don't know. Maybe because I've never been important to anyone. But you looked at me like I mattered. She blinked, surprised. You do matter. No, he said quietly. Not before this. Lethara's voice softened, almost warm. You mattered long before your energy awakened. You just never realized it. He didn't know how to reply. No one had ever said anything like that to him. Before he could speak, an announcement sounded through the room's speakers. Lethara, report to the council chamber, immediately. Her expression tightened. This is unexpected. Bad news? Rylan asked. I do not know. Stay here. I will return soon. Rylan watched her leave, feeling uneasy. He sat for a moment, then stood and walked to the window. The stars seemed different today, closer somehow. Like the universe was watching him. Minutes passed. Maybe 20, maybe 30. He lost track. Then the door slid open. Lethara stepped inside quickly, her expression serious. What happened? Rylan asked. The council discovered something, she said quietly. The awakening inside you, it is not random. It is not an accident. His chest tightened. Then what is it? She took a slow breath. Your energy signature. It matches ancient records. Old ones. Very old. The kind even our people barely understand. What does that mean? It means you are not just awakened. You are awakening something forgotten. A power that should not exist in a human. Rylan's mouth went dry. I didn't ask for any power. I know, she said gently. But the universe did not ask your permission. He paced the room. What do they want from me? They want to study you more. They want answers. And you? He asked. She hesitated. I want you safe. And I want you to have a choice. Her words hit him harder than he expected. Rylan stopped pacing. Do I have a choice? Yes, she said firmly. Because you are bonded to me. Your energy responds to me. They cannot control you without my help. And I will not allow anything to happen against your will. Something warm filled his chest, not energy, but trust. What now? He asked. We leave the study chambers, she said. We train quietly, away from the council's pressure. You need control before anyone else tries to push you. Will they allow that? They will not stop me, she said simply. Rylan stared at her. For someone so gentle, she had a quiet strength that could bend steel. You're risking a lot, he said. I know. She moved a little closer. But your awakening is tied to me. It is my responsibility. My connection. I will guide you. No matter the risk. He felt the hum inside him grow warm again, responding to her nearness. She noticed it, her expression softening. See? Even your energy agrees. Rylan almost laughed. The tension in his chest faded. But he also knew this was not simple anymore. The council wanted answers. Old records suggested something powerful was waking inside him, and Lethara was the only one standing between him and the unknown. He took a slow breath. All right. Let's train. Let's figure this out. She nodded once. Calm. Steady. Certain. Good, she said softly. Because your real test begins now, and whatever you become, you won't face it alone. Rylan followed Lethara through the quiet lower decks of the Ashari ship, far away from the main council halls. These chambers were rarely used, filled with soft, glowing crystals and wide, empty rooms built centuries ago. Lethara moved quickly, but carefully, as if she already knew the council might change their minds at any moment. Why here? Rylan whispered. Because these rooms were built for ancient energy training, she explained. They react gently. They are safe for beginners, and for beings like you. Rylan still wasn't used to being called something other than human repairman. But now, he walked like someone carrying a storm inside him, afraid that one wrong move might wake it. Lethara tapped a crystal panel. A door slid open to a training hall filled with faint blue lights. It was empty, silent, waiting. This room will help you control your energy with better stability, she said softly. Come. Rylan stepped inside. The air felt different, lighter, almost like it was listening. What do I do? He asked. Stand in the center. He did. Lethara stood several feet away, palms open, expression calm. Today, you will learn how to call your energy and how to stop it. Rylan's stomach tightened. What if I can't stop it? You will, she said simply. Because I am here. Her confidence held him steady. Close your eyes, she said. He did. Now breathe slowly. Feel the hum inside you. It was there, warm, alive, waiting. Good, she said softly. Now imagine it moving through your arms. Imagine it becoming light. Not fire, not force. Just light. Rylan tried. At first nothing happened. Then the hum grew a little stronger. A faint warmth moved from his chest down his arms, like warm water flowing through cold pipes. I think it's working, he whispered. Yes, she said. He opened them slowly and froze. His hands were glowing. Not bright, not dangerous, just soft golden light pulsing around his fingers like tiny waves. I'm doing this? He asked in disbelief. Yes, Lethara said quietly. Your energy is responding to your thoughts. Rylan stared at his hands. Part of him felt thrilled, amazed, alive. Another part felt terrified. How do I stop it? Calm your mind, she said. Think of silence. Think of still water. Think of peace. Rylan took a slow breath and imagined sitting alone under the stars on his mining outpost. He imagined the quiet of the night, the soft breeze, the stillness. The glow faded. His hands returned to normal. He released the breath he had been holding. I stopped it. You controlled it. Lithara corrected softly. That is stronger. Before he could reply, an alarm sounded faintly in the distance, one the ship rarely used. Lithara stiffened. Mani Panas, Leno, and on the smart. That is a council alert, she said. Something has happened. Rylan's chest tightened again. Do you think it's about me? I hope not, she said. Stay here. I will return. He grabbed her arm gently. Wait. Lithara. Don't go alone. What if they... I must, she said softly. If the council is making a decision, I need to hear it. And I need to speak for you. Rylan let go, though it felt wrong to let her walk away. Lithara hurried toward the door, then paused and looked back. Remember your breathing. Keep your energy calm. I will return soon. The door closed behind her. Rylan stood in the silent hall, pacing slowly. His chest hum felt uneasy, shifting with every worried thought he had. Something was wrong. He could feel it. Not through energy, just through instinct. Minutes dragged on. 10 minutes. 15. 20. Then the door slid open sharply. Lithara stepped inside quickly, her expression tense. What happened? Rylan asked immediately. The council, she began, then stopped to steady her breath. They want to take you into containment. Rylan froze. Containment? For what? I didn't do anything. They fear your awakening, she said. They fear the old records. They think you may become unstable. But you said I wasn't dangerous. I know, she said softly. But fear can silence reason. They want to examine you deeply. Keep you under watch. They want to limit your freedom. No. Rylan's heart began to race. No. I can't. Lithara. I can't live locked up like an experiment. You won't, she said firmly. I told them I refuse. I told them your bond is with me, and I will guide you. I argued until they dismissed the meeting. Rylan blinked. You stood up to all of them? Yes, she said, because they are wrong, and because you deserve choice. Rylan didn't know what to say. Gratitude filled his chest so strongly, he almost lost breath. But then Lithara added, They will return with a final decision soon. We don't have much time. Time for what? To prove them wrong, she said. We must show them you are in control. That you are not a threat. Rylan nodded hard. Tell me what to do. She stepped closer, ignoring the normal distance she always kept. Her voice lowered gently. We will attempt the hardest technique, energy, release and retrieval. What is that? You will release your energy outward, then pull it back into yourself without losing control. Rylan's eyes widened. That sounds dangerous. Dangerous. It is, she said honestly. But you can do it. I believe in you. Her belief was more powerful than any training hall. Okay, he whispered. Let's do it. They moved back to the center of the hall. Lithara stood in front of him, close this time, trusting him completely. Lift your hands, she said softly. He did. Now feel the hum in your chest. Let it grow. He breathed deeply. The hum grew. The warmth spread through his arms again. Release it, she whispered. Rylan pushed the warmth outward, imagining it moving through his palms. Light spilled out bright this time, glowing gold and spreading across the floor like a wave. The crystals in the walls lit up. The air vibrated. Lithara's hair lifted slightly in the energy flow, but she did not step back. She trusted him. Good, she said over the soft roar. Now bring it back. How? He asked, strained. Think of me, she said. Think of the moment you calmed before. Think of trust. Ryland's heartbeat steadied. He focused on her voice, her calm eyes, the way she stood by him when no one else would. The energy obeyed. The gold light pulled back like a tide reversing, gathering around him, then sinking back into his chest. The hum softened again. The room went silent. Ryland opened his eyes. Lithara stood only a foot away, staring at him in awe. "You did it," she whispered. "Perfect control. Not even a trained HFY student could do that so fast." Ryland breathed hard, but he felt no pain, no exhaustion, just relief. "What now?" "Now," she said gently. "We show the council." Before they could move, the door slid open again. The council elders stood there, silent, their expressions stunned. They had been watching. Every second. One elder stepped forward. "This level of control, in a human, is extraordinary." Another elder said softly, "We were wrong to fear you. You show discipline, not chaos." The head elder looked at Lithara. "Your guidance has shaped him well." Lithara bowed slightly. "He is strong because he chooses control." Ryland stepped forward, voice steady. "I don't want power. I don't want attention. I just want to understand what I am and learn how not to hurt anyone." The elder nodded. "Then we offer you freedom. Not containment. Not isolation. Freedom. With Lithara as your guide." Ryland felt something heavy lift from his shoulders. Lithara turned to him, her silver eyes soft. "You are free, Ryland." He let out a breath that felt like he had been holding it for years. The elders left quietly, leaving them alone in the glowing hall. Ryland looked at Lithara. "I couldn't have done any of this without you." She stepped closer, the closest she had ever been. "Ryland, your awakening began with my touch. But everything after, you did yourself." He smiled slightly. "Still, thank you." Her voice dropped to a soft whisper. "You don't have to thank me. Our energies recognized each other. That bond is not a burden. It is a connection." Ryland felt the hum in his chest grow warm, but gentle. "What happens next?" he asked quietly. She looked out the viewing window at the stars, then back at him. "Next, we learn together. You will grow stronger. I will guide you. And perhaps one day, we will understand why the universe chose us." Ryland stepped beside her. For the first time, he didn't feel like a simple repairman. He felt like someone standing at the beginning of something vast, something ancient, powerful, and strangely beautiful. And he didn't feel afraid. Because whatever came next, he wouldn't face it alone.